Hey, yo.
Ew.
Brow. Brow. As
Woo.
you can see by the name, NFL football is back. Bring on the heartbreak of being a Raider and Charger fan. And extended to being a Giants and Cowboy fan. But all that comes with it, the degeneracy, the daily fantasy, just the shameless 8-leg parlays, all of it. I'm here for all of it. So thank you for joining us. We are not going to have a show on Friday, so we're going to hammer out our Week 1 preview tonight. We'll get to that. But thank you for joining us. Hit us up at the link and in the comments. Tyler, how are you doing on this Wednesday evening?
Man, I am doing good. Definitely, like I said, just looking forward to NFL. We kind of knocked out our fantasy leagues that we have together the last couple of days, and then I kind of texted you last night, like, man, I haven't even looked at the lines yet. Like, now I've just kind of only been thinking about that ever since I texted you that. Like, man, like, can I make a 6-leg out of this? Can I get that 6-leg parlay going? That's kind of like that number I like to go for, where it's like,
I mean, if you
pretty
stashed
crazy,
away,
but still theoretically attainable.
If you stashed away some of that free play money, with the Arkansas Slim hookup, just think about it.
I tried to call Arkansas Slim, and he just demanded $200 from me right off the bat. I hadn't even signed up.
First of all, where's my money? I haven't even bet yet. God, this guy. Oh, all right, I'll send it to you.
That's literally how he answered the phone. He didn't say hello or anything. It was just, first of all, where's my money?
Oh, wait. Is this about my car's warranty?
Yeah.
Yes, I'll hold. That's one thing he is passionate about. But,
car warranties, absolutely. But no, man, I'm doing good, man. Yeah, definitely looking forward to. Look, we're getting the jump on everybody else here, breaking down the weekend's NFL games on a Wednesday, mostly because neither of us are available Friday, so we got to do it tonight.
That's all right.
It works out perfectly. It works out perfectly. So, Ron, how are you doing today?
For it, I'm doing well. Actually, because we worked ahead like 2 weeks with the DraftKings stuff, it's been kind of chill. But then that just means the other shoe's coming.
Yeah.
So I will obviously still be probably working even a little on Saturday. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Let's just not overshadow the fact that football is back.
Working internationally on Saturday. Wow.
I mean, I can from anywhere. I can strike from anywhere. Range, unlimited. I'm like Curry out here. Just pop it. I pull up at half court. It's going in.
That's right. The old Andy Gates style. Just rebound.
Hey, rebound.
As soon as you cross half court.
But before we get, again, to the meat, which is, of course, the glorious return. Oh, all right. Nick is high. I don't. I want to say that. I choose to want to believe that, but I can't even believe it.
Maybe that's the record against the spread.
There you go. I've noticed Chip Kelly throwing out a lot of times, and now UCLA's like hot shit because they beat LSU. He was like, well, all our losses last year combined, it was only 15 points. We were 15 points away from being undefeated. So, hey, against the spread, maybe that's where we live, Raiders. Come on, like that. I'd be fine with that. If you're just frustratingly like never quite,
just never
all the way, then I'd be fine with that because God knows the Chiefs are ridiculous. But
yeah.
Before we get into the professional football ranks, let's just hit a couple, odds and ends on the side pieces. It's just let's smooth it out. We got to smooth it out real fast. Couple things. I mean, this is really the only golf thing I had. I just thought it was hilarious. Our man, Phil, who is perpetually at your own peril, like the threat of going low. That's Phil. Who's ready to ball?
Who is ready to ball. This guy.
So old Phil, I mean, kind of like de facto mascot for the show, just the spirit of old Phil.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely kind of got into Shane Bacon with his really the point that Shane was trying to make is just further evidence to the strange, weird, enjoyable saga of old Phil. As he breaks this down, one top 10, that was a major win.
Yeah.
Like a season earnings of 2.7 million. 2.1 of that was at I don't even know how you say it, Kiawa, whatever.
Yeah.
And Phil just straight chop back, straight chop to the chest. Whatever. I won the PGA. Kiss emoji.
That's the doesn't matter had sex response that Phil could have given him right there.
The kiss emoji. I mean, Phil definitely worth a follow, I will say, on Twitter.
Totally.
Because
yeah,
he gets active and he responds to this pretty much anyone if you catch him at the right time.
he responded to our guy Cease Beaston a few months back.
He got Cease. I don't know if he's ever talked to Arkansas Slim, but I'm sure
he has, but it's never a pleasant conversation.
Yeah, it's usually sort of like an offline kind of deal.
Yeah. He calls him and just says, "Call me from a payphone," and then hangs up.
Yes, exactly. You know when this call's made. Yeah. Make it right, Phil. Click. Ooh, dang, got him. But I've never been more happy about Phil than I am right now as old Phil. Even though he's past his prime, just the idea of him being one of the Ryder Cup captain coaches guys, I'm like, what does he bring? I don't know, but he brings old Phil. So that's what we need for our boys. And also, I did see, shout out to that, Tony Finau, B-Now on that Ryder Cup team.
There we go. I'll tell you what Phil brings. He brings it's a calculated risk as making him a captain, because he'll give a speech that will either like completely inspire the team and make them run through a brick wall, or we'll just be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? It's calculated. It's massive risk reward.
Either way, yeah. He's just maybe like if he goes off on one of those, it's like, hey, take your mind off the pressure because we don't know what you just said. And most of the time, in these little selfie videos, no one knows what you're saying. But It is wildly enjoyable. We're going to be hitting some bombs today.
Some hellacious seeds.
And we are going low. So big ups to Phil.
Look, he is a motivator because he's going to call all his guys stallions. We know that. Just a pack of stallions out there. Like, look, I think it's good making him captain. About the
stallion thing. Absolute stallion. All right. This is really creepy, Phil. Like, maybe don't post that one. No, Phil is all gas, no brakes. Old Phil is my guy.
Oh yeah, I love old Phil. Absolutely.
I mean, he's racked up his grandchildren's, maybe grandchildren are probably set for life. So He has literally nothing to lose. And now he can just go out and be full weird Phil. And I'm loving it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like kind of in his heyday, I rooted for Phil just because he was kind of like the lovable guy that couldn't get it done. So you root for him in that case. But now that he's kind of in this, I don't know if I want to say twilight of his career, but
I mean, it kind of is. It just seems like a relaxed, like there's no pressure on me. You know what I've done in the game. Like, whatever happened in the past, I'm sure he would like to get some of those on the doorstep majors back, but It is what it is. He's obviously at peace with it, and he is very much leaning into it. And then literally the best thing that could have ever happened was him winning that PGA.
Oh, man.
Because he just went full I'm not even gonna say troll. Like he just went like, "Hey, I'm Phil. I do what I want." Like, man, this wine is good. It's like my favorite, like $400 bottle of wine, but it does taste better coming out of this trophy. Just like Phil, wow, stunting on everyone.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Before we get into, again, we're going to save the best part for last with the NFL. World Cup qualifying. I don't know what's going on in the USA game, but
let me see if I can get a score for that.
Efforting on that. And normally I would be pleased that Mexico had to settle for the tie with Panama, but it actually kind of screws us because now Panama's on 5 points and USA. I mean, there's more games left to play. This break is going to end after this, but it's almost to the point where they need 3 tonight. They need to win this game.
So it is 0-0 in the 24th minute.
And I'm sure that is going to be a miserable, brutal slog of a game. But do what you got to do, guys, because Lord knows we are really getting up in like very close to the tipping point here where we need to win and we need 3 points.
Yeah, look, Honduras, that's a team that the U.S. should be beating. I mean, not to say Honduras is a bad team at all, but the U.S. shouldn't be getting outshot 6-1 in the 25th minute against them. I'll definitely say that.
Honduras is not. I would put them like top 4 or 5 in the region, but yeah, I mean, and when you need it and you've got to have it, we all know what happened with Weston. I mean, we don't know the, I guess, specifics of that.
Don't know the full details, yeah.
But he's gone. He's not coming back till the next camp is made. We just got to get 3 points. Like, there's no real way around it right now. They need to win this game.
Yeah, again, still plenty of time, but just looking at the stats that we have so far, outshot 6-1 in 25 minutes. Not a good look.
And I'm sure it's very hospitable there for the American players. But
absolutely,
I digress. You knew what it was when you signed up. So,
exactly.
People going crazy. Maybe things get thrown. Bags of fluids that, I don't want to talk about at this time. But still, we need 3 points. Kind of better and, for the It's Coming Home crowd, maybe not better news. I did see this, Lewandowski. I mean, again, a guy that I kind of have to idolize. He's like a walking goal. He wakes up and scores a goal falling out of bed. Like if I needed someone to score a goal and my life was on the line, it would probably be him or Ibrahimovic. Just because you put them anywhere on earth, they're probably going to score 2 goals. Doesn't matter. Any game.
Ibrahimovic has literally proven that by playing in like 8,000 leagues and scoring goals in all of them.
It's nothing to him. It means nothing to him.
He's there for his children, as we all know.
Yes, he's there to nurture the youth at AC Milan. But because, the FA in England, they do the knee thing. They've been doing it. And Poland, I mean, let's just be real, not exactly the least fascist country out there with the extreme hardliners started booing them. So shout out to Captain Poland. He was like, just made the subtle statement of like, hey, come on. Like, it's before the kickoff, like pointed to the respect badge. This is the captain. This is your best player by far. Probably the best player you maybe ever produced. I thought that was fireworks going off.
There you go.
But just another little, nugget in the greatness of Lewandowski.
Maybe that firework was your Honduran neighbor shooting that off in celebration of Honduras taking the lead. I don't know.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's miss 2 World Cups. That'll be great.
Obviously not good scenes. Like we did see the. I don't remember if we talked about it on the show, but in England's last qualifying game, there was issues with the crowd, the away crowd not being too happy about Raheem Sterling's success on there. There's get lots of issues that not just America, not Europe, everywhere in the world is still for some reason dealing with. But yeah, a great move by Lewandowski. I mean, if anybody's gonna be able to control that crowd, it's gonna be him. So, massive props to him for doing what he can to to get the crowd to be like, hey, come on, like let's just not fucking be idiots here. Like,
like we move on. Like the game has not even started yet. Like let's just be realistic here. And that is none of that is to defend. We all saw what happened in the Euro finals with the England fans just getting wildly out of control also. So they're not exactly like, the
beacon of sportsmanship.
Yeah, like we're not talking about like the clean cut like ultra boys here or whatever. Like they have their own issues, but
absolutely.
I just thought it was a classy move by someone that is the captain and best player on that team to be like, hey, come on, we don't like. What's the point? Let's do this. Like, let's run it up. And they end up getting the 1-1 draw. So
I think what a 92nd minute goal. I think it was,
which Lewandowski did assist on. So just bringing that up. The man is balling.
Well, look, if anybody's going to do anything for Poland, it's going to be that man. So
true. It all starts and ends with him. Let's hit college football real fast, and then we'll get into the NFL. But
NFL.
That's right. Or the National Football League, which I hate.
That's right, yes.
Because everyone that is like some kind of analyst on ESPN or Fox, they always like to invoke that when you play in the National Football League, like, all right, yes, it is a big deal, but please stop saying that. It's very annoying.
You could also say NFL, and we will know exactly what you're talking about.
We know what you're talking about. Like, okay, it's fine. You're not like I don't know, a senator or something. Like you're just freakishly athletic. But looking at the weekend slate, we got a couple here. I was gonna say the, but I won't.
No,
out of respect, I won't.
This is the bigger, definitely the bigger game in the morning, at least on paper. Oregon coming off a difficult win over Fresno State. I know a lot of people that kind of aren't, maybe weren't watching college football like 10 years ago, or just kind of aren't familiar with that team. Like Fresno State is never an easy win. Like they've proven that they will play anybody, anytime, anywhere. They always give people a good game. So, I wasn't that surprised that they gave Oregon a really tough game. It actually ended up a little bit closer than I thought it would be, but Oregon still was able to pull it out. Ohio, conversely, not looking unbeatable against Minnesota in that first game. Again, they had a big third quarter, but outside of that, Minnesota was doing real good against them. I mean, moving the ball, making a couple stops. So this is definitely two teams that, again, they got wins in that week one, but there's definitely questions about them. So I think that kind of turns us into a really interesting game.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio State, the talent's going to be there. I mean, even to a somewhat lesser extent. Oregon, always talented, able to recruit. I definitely do see Ohio State winning this game. I don't know what the line or the over-under is on this, but being at home, you have to think they're going to probably pull that off. But I'm sure the Super PAC, whatever, like alliance of conferences is eagerly awaiting what's going to happen here. Like everyone against the SEC versus the world kind of thing that they are trying to formulate now. But and to the point you made before, I know, we said everyone's kind of hyping on UCLA, and I'm happy, as a UCLA fan. I'm kind of afraid of that Fresno State game coming up. Like,
as you should be.
I legit think that Fresno State could win that game and just pop that bubble right now.
By the way, just from a quick check, I'm saying the Buckeyes are favored by 13.5. Over under is 63.5. I really like the over in that one. I think that over could honestly be covered by halftime with these two teams.
That's going to get up and down big time, and I don't know, on the road, but I'm a little tempted by Oregon to cover.
I kind of am too, to be honest. I think we're both feeling the same on that. Although we do, of course, have to say that any predictions here are
please
for entertainment purposes only.
Please believe that.
Oh, we got the trash can one. Yeah. All our predictions are sponsored by inflatable trash cans.
Well, you know what? I'm fine with that because, please keep it coming.
There's nothing that says nothing. This show says more than trash.
There is not that many more regular season game left, baseball fans. So troll the shit out of the Astros while you still can, because those playoff tickets are expensive, and Lord knows you don't want to get jacked up at the gate, bringing in some kind of trash can paraphernalia. So get after them in the regular season games where security is a little bit more relaxed.
But no, I'm actually with you 100%. I actually do like. I think I like Oregon to cover in that one. I absolutely like the over in that one. Not that I think Oregon will win this. I do think in the end, Ohio, as much as it pains me to say it, but I think I'm at the point. I'm definitely at the point of Stockholm syndrome. Buckeyes are just a better team. They're arguably the second or third best team in the country. As you can see, they're ranked number 3. I do think that eventually they're going to win, but I do think Oregon could possibly even keep that into a single-digit loss.
Yeah, I kind of like, the more I'm looking at it, I'm thinking like the cover is possible and the over is very possible. So I like both of those in that. I don't know. Maybe Tyler, you do know, but the other notable game, and I don't know, I'm sure there is a name for this rivalry, Iowa State.
So the recent name for the rivalry is El Assico. But that's more of a fan made name. It's the battle for the Cy-Hawk Trophy is what it is. But yes, recently it's been called the El Assico. But yeah, so this one's interesting. Look, Iowa absolutely in week 1 absolutely destroyed Indiana. To my surprise, I thought Indiana was going to look better than that. But Iowa gets the massive win at home. Iowa State did not look good. I'm blanking on who they played right now. I think it was a Division I AA team, but they won 16-10. Iowa State, who has I don't want to say Heisman Trophy hopeful because he's a running back at Iowa State, but a guy they're thinking like maybe could get to the final day. Brees Hall, who wound up getting I think like 60 yards on 16 carries in that game, so not a great start for him. Not a good look against a 1AA team. Iowa State is, when I checked earlier, they were a 2-point favorite in this one. They are going to be wearing in actually kind of a funny trolling move that I appreciate. They're going to be wearing black jerseys against Iowa.
Shots fired.
So I do like that, but I will say this, man. Iowa, even though they're on the road, even though it's a rivalry game, Iowa at +2, I really like that bet.
I would agree. I mean, we haven't like let's just be honest. Like college football, I don't think we even put it on the screen. But what is with the spelling of Barron-T? Like, is it a drink or like, because it looks like iced tea, like that. So I don't. Whatever, entertainment purposes only. All right, I get it. But
I can appreciate that.
We have not seen, the full form, the final form, or whatever, of a lot of these college teams, except maybe Alabama, as they storm their way to the title. But
they only have one form.
Yeah, it's just peak Cyber Saban all the way to the end. But Iowa State, a lot of offensive talent. We didn't see it in the first game, obviously. And then Iowa, you pretty much know what they're going to do. I mean, just huge linemen both sides of the ball.
Punch you in the mouth over and over and over again.
Yeah, they're just going to run you over and just try to beat you into submission. They always have good tight ends. They always have a great offensive and really defensive line. So it's kind of like power football in versus in some respect what we were expecting to be like finesse, high scoring football. So we'll see what happens with that one. But always, a nice in-state rivalry when those two get together. And I do like the trolling of wearing the black jerseys.
Yeah, that was like when I saw it, that actually got really good response on Twitter from not only Iowa fans, but really just like all fans in general. Like, man, who are you going to wear black against Iowa? Like, do you see your reaction? That's the point. That's why they're doing it.
Why wouldn't we wear black against you fools? Yeah. We hate you, and it's obviously, triggered you.
But this weekend, kind of look at the college slate. It's not, you're kind of back to the early season of just, a lot of good teams just playing cupcakes, just trying to, find their groove, get things ready before they get into the conference season. We might see, some more better top 25 matchups next week, but this week it's, expect a lot of one-sided beatdowns. There were a couple pieces of college football news I wanted to get into just before we get into the NFL here real quick. Kind of the big one that came out is that the Big 12 is expected to add 4 members by the end of the week. I believe I saw BYU and Central Florida, I believe, both already submitted their applications. Cincinnati and Houston expect to submit them again before the end of the week here. So the Big 12, obviously in losing to their 2 big teams, are trying to add in 3 American Athletic Conference teams and then 1 probably the second biggest independent team, I guess you would say, in BYU. So they're trying to hang on to their super conference status, doing what they can. I mean, really, these are probably the 4 best teams they could have added from what was available. So can't knock them for that.
Yeah, the thing yes, the Big 12 had to make this move. And as Tyler said, probably the best 4 they could poach right now to throw
outside of maybe Boise State.
Yeah, but the thing, that would be amazing, because I'm just thinking the Big 12 is like the nationwide 12 now. Like some of this travel is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, now you got to go to West Virginia, then you got to go to Central Florida,
UCF,
go to Ohio.
Well, yeah, you're all over the map here. So Big 12, just coast to coast, Big 12.
But again, this was a move they had to make, and again, outside of Boise State, probably the 4 best teams they could have gotten. So, good on them. Hopefully it works out. They can stick around. The last thing I wanted to talk about in college football, I just saw this in an article today, and look, everybody knows I'm a Michigan fan. I said a few minutes ago, Stockholm Syndrome, that's just part of being a Michigan fan in 2021. I saw this headline, and I just had a really good laugh about it. So here you go. Michigan football preparing for opponents like they were playing Ohio State. If you've watched any of those games the last 10 years, probably not the best way to prepare. Probably not the best way to do it.
Maybe do the opposite of that. Whatever that was, don't do that. Do something else.
So I see this and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll bet Washington this weekend against Michigan because that's got trap game written all over it. And if this is how they're preparing, that's going to be ugly.
And to your point, Mr. No ID, which we will get to very soon, they're professionals. I mean, come on. I'm just saying, if you want to fly out to freaking Lubbock and then West Virginia and then Central Florida, that sucks. That sucks ass. So just pointing that out.
Also, you can make the same crying case for the Seahawks as well, since they have to. They're literally the only team in the Northwest. Their closest team is all the way in San Francisco.
I really don't feel sad
I don't either.
About anything that happens to the Seahawks. But
no, not at all.
I digress. But let's. Well, we didn't hit this. Maybe we'll say that for the end. Let's get into the real raw. And on that note, we've got to bring up the NFL. We've got to bring in our Lions and Cowboys insider on the program on the Roll-A-Rama Celebrity Hotline. No ID, Justin. What the hell is going on tonight in Biloxi?
In Biloxi.
Shit. I mean, it's fucking the eve of the dethroning of the champions. That's what's going down tonight. I'm glad you brought me on now. I was literally just gonna get up and go take a leak before I came in, but this works too.
Good.
Just let it go on air, dude.
Caught when you're a little edgy and anxious by having to let that thing go.
Yeah,
so let's start with tomorrow night. There it is. I'm seeing minus 8.5 a lot of places. The book that I'm on was minus 9.5. So, all right. Being realistic, let's give the outcome, and I kind of like the cover for the Cowboys, depending on where you get the action. But
so
I defer to the Cowboys insider here.
I mean, I'm obviously going to pick them to win. I'm not very confident in that prediction, especially with no Zach Martin. But these guys, these guys are hungry, and a lot of these guys felt like last year was like just an off. So many guys. Tyron Smith missed a majority of the year. Lo Collins was banged up and out, a chunk of the year. You got Micah Parsons chomping at the bit. Zeke, after all the naysaying in the offseason, and he's washed and, shouldn't have paid him and this and that. So I feel like there's a lot of motivation. But there's also, these are the defending Super Bowl champions. This is Tom Brady's first chance to play in front of the fans of Tampa, other than the Super Bowl. I'm sure there was some littered in there. But I guess just for entertainment purposes only, they will cover. One thing that Dak Prescott does not do is he does not get blown out. You want to call him garbage time Dak or whatever phrase, whatever cliche term you want to use. If they get down early, he will chuck it and he will score points. So 8.5. If you were lucky enough to get it at 9.5, I hope you jumped all over it. We talked a little bit today about how we thought the line might fluctuate. As obviously, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. There's a huge national following for the Dallas Cowboys. I can see a lot of money coming in on them late. But
it is America's team, after all.
But I could also see, depending on when that Dallas money comes in, that the Sharps coming back over the top on Tampa Bay, getting it to a lower number. I could definitely see that happening and pushing the number back up. So I imagine at kickoff it'll be somewhere around 7.5, if I had to guess. But even in that regard, 7.5. I'm taking if, and that's a big if, Dallas loses this game, it won't be by 2 touchdowns. I can tell you that right now. It won't be by 2 scores.
And keeping in mind, game time temp of 86 degrees. That's I feel like that's crucial to point out.
Scorching.
What's the dew point going to be at for this game?
I don't know. Visibility unlimited though.
The dew point is Tom Brady is 5-0 against the Cowboys, so we are due for a point.
Hey, I like it. Boom.
That is what we like. And once again, cannot stress this enough. Entertainment purposes only. But I like the optimism, and I do kind of like that cover. Especially if this gets wacky and gets to like I said, I saw it at 9.5. Maybe it gets to 10 at one point.
Yeah, 9.5. I'm looking at it right now.
Oh God! All right,
I know it's so tempting. It's so tempting.
You know what I'm doing after this show, but entertainment purposes only. I don't want to tell you how to live your life, but it could be interesting. That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
but
just before we leave this one, just know this. Should the Cowboys win, there will be more universally spilled salt than the amount that Jerry Jones dumped onto that Egg McMuffin.
Yes. 100%. And that was a ton of salt. So I'm still agreeing with your point there. Then we get to the glorious Sunday. Oh, the Sunday return of the NFL.
It's a red zone Sunday, baby. Oh,
red zone is back.
Oh, God.
I picked this graphic too because I really like that they show you what network these games are on. I mean, you can kind of figure it out, NFC, AFC, where are they usually at, but sometimes they cross over.
Sure.
So let's just start at the top here. Eagles, Atlanta. 48 is not a lot in an NFL game, but I'm kind of liking the under maybe in that game because I just don't even know what we're going to see out there.
So the thing that the thing that only makes me think the under is I really don't know what we're going to get from Philly's offense. Like, I think Atlanta, 28, 35 points, I don't think is really out of the realm. But Philly's offense isn't good, but then Atlanta's defense has a history of choking. So, like, I don't even know. I don't know where to go with the over-under in that one. All I know is in the game, I do like Atlanta.
I like Atlanta as well at home. And, yeah, it's just so many questions about the Eagles right now. Surrounding his systems, like, who knows if the systems are going to be in place or if they got systems about the systems. He's just a spaz.
Did they delete their system 32? We don't know.
You guys are wasting too much thought. Less thinky, more athlete takeovery. Let's go. I'm going Falcons, but I'm actually falling on the other side of the total number. I'm leaning much more towards the over. I feel like neither one of these defenses is too impressive. Both have some young talent. Both have some playmakers on that side of the ball, but they're not consistent, and I don't see these teams keeping it under 48 total. The offenses are too explosive, and to your point about Philly, they got some weapons.
They do have weapons. It just doesn't. The combination of Hurts at quarterback and then, thank God they got Minshew Mania now.
No,
Could be Minshew.
Hey, don't get me wrong, man. I mean, I don't know why you guys are talking about Jalen Hurts and Gardner Minshew. There's a guy third on the depth chart that has a Super Bowl ring. So let's not get crazy here. And he is elite, by the way.
That's true.
But
look, he's a different beast in the playoffs.
Yeah. No, that being said, I feel like, to my previous point, we don't know what Devontae Smith's going to be. We know out the gate he is a phenomenal route runner. Like, we're talking Amari Cooper, esque route running. Like, the guy's got great feet. He creates separation. I feel like Jalen Hurts can do enough with his legs. And then, yeah, sorry, Amanda. I'm right there. I'm right there with Barron. I take the Falcons and the points, and I'll take the over. I just feel like Miles and Devontae, and you got Ertz and Goddard out there. They have enough skill position players to score points. And Atlanta's defense is susceptible to allowing opposing offenses to score points. Let's not forget the famed early season game from last year where these guys all stood around and watched an onside kick so Dallas could come back and steal one from them.
Kickoff. How did
Dak's
that work?
only win last season, by the way.
It's true.
But yeah, it's just I feel like there's enough talent offensively on both sides on both teams, and I see 48 easy cover. Easy cover. Take Atlanta and the points for entertainment purposes only.
Of course. So I'm going to say let's just go left to right and then go down. So let's go to the Pittsburgh-Buffalo game. A lot of juice and hype on Buffalo right now, and well-deserved. Allen got the bag. The defense is going to be great. They have a lot of weapons as well at home. I see them winning this. 6.5. I think they even cover the 6.5.
Yeah, I'd take the 6.5, and I would probably go under on the over/under on this one specifically. I don't know what Pittsburgh's going to be offensively. We know Buffalo was susceptible to allowing some points last year defensively. Do we have any idea what Roethlisberger's looking like? Do we I just don't.
It's funny you mention that. We do have, I believe, a photo. Maybe Ron can pull it up here of the most recent photo of Ben Roethlisberger
that we saw of Ben was this morning on.
Oh my God! Good God! He's got Tiny Tim's left arm. There's no way these guys are winning. Under in Buffalo. Come on.
It's going to be hard to keep guys off you with that little tiny arm. So
it might be easier to be honest, but it might just freak him out.
yeah, that's true. Nobody wants to touch it. Like, don't touch it with a nub. That's gross, dude. I'll grow a nub myself. But yes, Big Ben. I know he's had some back and forth with their TJ Watt situation. Apparently he did practice today. So
He did. Can we just? Yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry. I have to get this. There's a Family Guy episode where Peter Griffin has the ability to regrow his limbs, but it takes some time. Do you know what I'm talking about? Are you guys familiar with the episode?
Yes, I am.
Where he's running with the baby legs. I'm getting mad vibes on that right now. He's got the baby arm. It just hasn't regrown yet.
It could be regenerated by Sunday.
That's a youth small batting glove on his left.
Oh yeah.
But we don't know what kind of timetable his regeneration is on. That's all I'm saying. So it could be like fully grown by like Saturday morning.
I mean, regardless, give me Bills, and I'll take
Bills all the way.
I'm sorry. I'm just picturing in that photo, like we have to go from shotgun every play, right? Like trying to get under center with that nub. That's just gonna be awkward as hell.
Is he back there? I don't know. I'm right here. Snap it. Come on.
It's funny because it's like you look at him and you're like, "Hey man, what's up?" He's like, he holds out his left hand. He goes, "This is the one I use for hot hands." And then he holds out his right one. "This is the one I use for handshakes and arm wrestling." Like,
Grab my strong hand.
Oh man. Moving along.
If we can possibly maintain. Jets going to Carolina.
Big game there. Big game.
This is the Sam Darnold revenge game, man.
This is the Sam Darnold Bowl for sure.
Come on.
I know there's a lot of hype on Sam Darnold. Like, he never got a fair shake. Like, it's a better situation for him. They put him in this, what's supposed to be this high-powered offense over there, like that they're trying to work on. And certainly they're better than the Jets. Let's just be real. But and then you got a rookie, top draft pick quarterback for the Jets as well. Man, this. All right. I know you guys aren't big on the under, but this could be under game for sure.
Yeah, I'd go under on this one, and you know what? Give me Carolina. I mean, I trust my boy Tony Romo saying that Wilson's going to be phenomenal within the next few years. Or not Wilson, excuse me. I'm drawing a blank here.
Yeah, Zach Wilson.
Yeah, there you go. I did have it right. F you, Justin. You were right in the first place. So
any team, anytime, any place.
Yeah, hey, Romo said that guy's going to be legit. So if Romo says it, he predicts everything accurately. So clearly this guy's going to be the shit. But he said within 5 years, and I think week 1 of his rookie season is a little too early of a curve. True. So I'm going to take Carolina. And then, yeah, definitely under. Neither one of these offenses. I mean, I get it, Christian McCaffrey, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not feeling these teams going off on the scoreboard.
I think this does have a very strong possibility. Maybe, you know what, Arkansas Slim. Maybe you could hook this up. I would like to see, like, some way you could bet on games that are going to be featured on Red Zone the least, because I feel like this is that game. Like, probably nothing interesting is going to happen in this game for the most part.
I mean, look, you might see some like Jets jerseys chasing after Christian McCaffrey running down the sideline a couple times. Like you'll probably see that. You'll probably see Carolina's defense getting a few interceptions. I just like. It's not even that I have a ton of faith in Carolina. It's just I have so little faith in the Jets. Like,
with good reason. I mean,
what do the Jets have? Again, Wilson, maybe he does turn into something again, but that probably isn't going to be for a couple of years.
What do the Jets have? They have like 20 straight years of top 5 picks.
Yes,
obviously it has to materialize at some point, right?
He's thrown to Robbie Anderson, who, like, I don't dislike Robbie Anderson, but like he's not a number one. They don't know who their running back's going to be. It's Tevin Coleman and 2 other guys. Like, they don't know, so it's just like, yeah, it's just Jets fans. I mean, look, you've already been through a lot, so what's another couple seasons? But
water under the bridge at this point. But as I said, I mean, expect this to be the least. Well, there's another one on the board that I will address shortly.
The following game.
But possibly, well, you know what? No, I feel like we'll just move on to that one. Minnesota, Cincinnati. Definitely, in my mind, it's going to be on Red Zone more than the Jets-Carolina game.
Agreed.
I know which game you're looking at, but I'm disagreeing with you only on the pretense that number 1 overall pick and just the circus. I feel like you're looking at the game that's number 1 overall pick versus the circus as being the one less featured.
I mean, I guess every other game's in commercial, and now we get a look at Trevor Lawrence. There he is. About to come back on the field.
If only they kept football Jesus and he made the 53-man roster.
This
wouldn't even be a conversation.
That's their mistake, and they're.
You know what? No, it would be a conversation because then you're saying how did this guy make the 53-man roster? What is the quality of the team if Ebo's on the roster?
Fair point.
Leadership for one, divine intervention, obviously,
and just to be short and sweet, I'm right with Barron. I would actually, this may shock both of you, I would actually take the over in this game.
Oh, no, I'm definitely taking the over.
I'm taking the over, too.
I'm absolutely taking
Never mind, it won't shock you guys then. Smoking Joe Burrow's going off, baby.
Dude, Joey B, I got him in, not the league that we're in all together, and not the other league that I'm in with Tyler, but the third money league that I'm in.
The radio league.
No, it's a different one.
That's your starter?
Yeah, it's going to be 6 weeks of glory until he dies.
Dude, 6 weeks is a stretch, bro. This guy plays like every play might be his last. You know why? Because it might be.
Because it might be his last. And there's a good chance that it could be his last. But I'm looking at 6 weeks of 350-yard games and 60 attempts and even some rushing attempts until he dies.
Sounds like Dak Prescott numbers.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ride that thing till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, I mean,
hopefully not literally.
Yes, please. Entertainment purposes only. I don't want his leg to fall off.
Look, Cincinnati, if they had any semblance of an offensive line, that's a really entertaining offense. Good receivers, good running back, good quarterback. You just got nobody to protect him. And then Minnesota, of course, they're loaded in all the specialty positions on the offense as well. So, yeah, I mean, if they don't get the over in this one, I would be shocked.
No, they do. They have a good running back. People have totally forgot that he knocked out a blonde chick in a fast food restaurant. He's good, though. He gains yardage. I have him on one of my fantasy teams. So, Smoking Joe Mixon and Smoking Joe Burrow, all right? They're smoking for different reasons, you know what I'm saying? So,
but it's smoke.
Yeah, that offense can go. I still feel like Minnesota. I'm hard pressed to ever think that Minnesota's not going to have a reasonable defense with Mike Zimmer at the helm. But I could see this one turning into a shootout real fast. And 84 degrees in Cincinnati, Ohio. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean?
It's gonna be steamy out there for sure.
Conditions are perfect.
Now also that we have the weather thing, which I like, it does kind of bum me out when we go to a dome game and we go to the Motor City, perfectly climate controlled for Motor City Dan Campbell. You could see right there, plus 7.5, and I don't disagree with that. I'm probably going to take the 49ers to smash that.
Yeah. Niners.
Yeah, I'm not even completely sold on the Niners offense, but Detroit is a absolute dumpster fire, so yeah, Niners to cover, absolutely.
It's just a line. Lads, it's Detroit.
You know what? I actually.
Whoa!
I was just gonna say, I'll tell you what. 7.5 is a lot, dude. I can see Shanahan maybe taking the foot off the gas pedal, maybe mixing in a little Trey Lance, depending on how that's going. Giving Kittle the rest of the day off. Detroit covers, dude.
Detroit still got to score. That's the thing.
Hey man, listen. Goff to Hawkinson. Just get used to it. This is gonna be happening a lot this year.
Goffkinson. I'm trademarking that right now. By the way, that's mine. So anyone else,
Listen,
I can license it to you. But
their backfield is not bad neither, man. You got fucking.
I like DeAndre Swift.
You got DeAndre Swift, and not only do you got DeAndre Swift, you got Jamal Williams in that backfield now, and then they have the rookie kid Jamar Jefferson. Has been pretty impressive. Who knows, man? Who knows? But then you look at their wide receiver core, and it's like they got your boy Tyrell Williams as the one. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who, let's be honest, I think all of us on this show are rooting for Amon-Ra. I mean, I like Amon-Ra. I don't know about you guys specifically, but USC Trojan, Steve Smith mold, hustle guy. He's not the best at anything. So Amon-Ra, and then who's their three? Quintez Cephas.
Oh, well, since you brought him up,
come on, dude. What are we doing here? They're covered.
Yeah, totally.
All right, I'm turned around on this whole thing. Take the Lions to cover that.
Boom.
Entertainment purposes only. Please believe it.
Please believe that.
We already sort of dabbled in the Jacksonville-Houston game and the intrigue there within with the number one pick for Jacksonville. Obviously, the saga continues as far as the Deshaun Watson thing. And Houston has, at last view, 45 running backs on their team. I don't even know who's the bell cow in that situation.
I think you're the number 4 running back, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm on speed dial.
That's literally it's literally, if you go through their running backs, every time you say one of their names, it's almost like you have one of those reactions where it's like, he's not terrible, but not great.
It's not bad.
It's literally, Mark Ingram. He might be. Philip Lindsay.
Okay.
Still young, still fresh. Yeah.
So I'm sure, because I know you guys, obviously, we all play fantasy football. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the zero running back strategy. That's what Houston is doing in real life.
Yeah.
Take it. It's
we're gonna get a quarterback and receivers, and then we'll just get a hodgepodge of running backs to just fill in.
No, I was telling you guys the other day when we were kind of discussing it. I think out of the show, after the show. The talent, if you look at, again, skill position players, it's Brandon Cooks is not. You could do a lot worse than Brandon Cooks.
I like Cooks. I do like Cooks.
Kiki Kute, that dude's still solid when he was coming in when they were having issues with Hopkins and Fuller before. He was solid.
I would say whenever Fuller comes back.
Yeah, you get Fuller back, and then like I said, those backs. Mark Ingram, meh. Philip Lindsay, meh. David Johnson, blah. Rex Burkhead,
nobody that excites you, but you're I could have a worse backup.
Yeah, they could literally give all those guys just all right, this is what we're gonna do. All you guys get 10 carries a game. You know what I mean? Boom.
Yeah.
40 rushes. Tyrod Taylor controlling the game flow. It's
as long as he doesn't have a punctured ball.
Yeah, I'm telling you, for as bad as people are making them out to be, and don't get me wrong, they are fucking bad. I still think they do have some talent out there, sprinkled in the midst of misery and dysfunction that is that franchise.
I just like this idea now that I'm thinking about it, that they have built an entire running back room out of the guys that you have to go get on your bye week in fantasy. They're all on one team.
It's all handcuffs. All handcuffs.
Exactly.
That's how they do it.
No, and it's and all this being said, gimme Houston, dude. Gimme Houston.
You're going Houston.
At home.
And I'll take the under.
Yes, I will take the under as well.
Houston's going to run the ball 72 times.
I do like the under, but I say give me Jacksonville to cover.
Cover the 3. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. That's kind of a coin flip. But I'm just giving you see the -3, that's the home field advantage when it comes to betting in the NFL. So kind of curious to get your opinion on the over-under in the next game, which is Seattle going to Indianapolis. I feel like I kind of want to go under on that as well. Week 1.
hammer the shit out of the under. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, think
Two good
Darius Leonard's gonna
defenses.
let those fools score points?
Yeah.
It's just not happening.
But again, perfect conditions in the dome. You see no weather
That's right.
on the screen.
No, I definitely agree with the under in this one. I mean, Indy's defense was just absolutely phenomenal last year. They didn't get any worse. Seattle, they have their games where their offense goes off, but I think Indy's going to do a good job keeping them down. And Indy's offense, I mean, everything's going to go through Jonathan Taylor, who I'm a big fan of, but that just means, control the ground, control the clock. So, yeah, I definitely like the under in this game.
If Ty's healthy, maybe I'm considering. But even at that, I don't see it. But who knows? We could all be wrong. DK might have 2 80-yard touchdowns, and like Tyler Lockett has another 90-yard touchdown. Who knows? It's football, baby.
That is the glory of football is back.
That being said, I'll take Indianapolis and the under.
I like that. I like that pick right there.
I do too, actually. I really like that.
And once again, entertainment purposes only. Please believe that. Arizona, an intriguing team, kind of stuck in, what everyone at least at minimum has them like third in that division, but certainly on the rise with a young quarterback. And then Tennessee, which it seems like people kind of have them sort of fallen down a little bit, but they've been pretty damn good for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
They still have Derrick Henry. We'll just run over, through, around, whatever, through you. I think that's going to be
Julio Jones.
Air
good game.
Tannehill to Julio Jones. The people are sleeping on that shit.
Yep. I totally like Tennessee in this one. I like Tennessee, and I like the over. Tennessee doesn't have much of a defense.
Ditto.
Arizona does have a good defense, but I think Tennessee's going to spread them so thin that the ball's just going to be flying downfield the whole time. So, give me Tennessee in the over.
I'm just going to echo those sentiments. Everything this handsome gentleman just said. Tennessee and the over. Just too much. Too much firepower. And don't get me wrong, I understand Arizona has firepower too. I guess it boils down to I trust Tennessee's defense slightly more than I trust Arizona's.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely trust the defense more, and then it's just kind of like one of those things. Until proven wrong, Derrick Henry just beats the shit out of you for like he does the same thing in individual games that he does in the season. Like by the end, he is just like running over you. Like nobody wants to tackle him. Nobody wants to even like engage with him. Like it's just a problem. So they just like roll you up.
Look at the Baron in the chat getting bold on this one. I love it.
Cardinals. Whoa.
Ron, what's the term that you brought up last year when discussing Derrick Henry is in that third and fourth quarter, you got to make a business decision?
That's a business decision. Like, do you want to try to like square up and get pads on this guy, or maybe like live to play another game?
I don't even know if that's a business decision. That might go a step. That's a life or death decision. Like, that is serious.
That's the future of my family decision.
That's you see him coming, and like your first thought in your head is like, what's my deductible if I go to the hospital?
Like, man, this fool plays too much. No. Just try to push him out of bounds.
It's just that split second. It's the defender like flashing through his brain. Is like, how much guaranteed money is on my contract?
I need to call my agent. Oh man, I gotta re-up my policy.
The Oakland A's left fielder of the future going off. I like that, Baron. Although it might be the
that explains it now. This guy's only picking Arizona because he loves Kyler Murray.
Dude, he loves Kyler
for his
Murray.
baseball team yet.
No, what all this is for one, he's probably hating on the 49ers, so he's going for another division team, and he's going for the what might have been Oakland A's guy because that guy will never play for the A's. And let him down. So, in his mind, yes, I'm saying it to you right now, Baron. I'm sure you think he was going to be MVP like 3 times because he never played for the A's. If he played for the A's, you'd be bashing him. You'd be saying trade him right now to the freaking Royals or something. But no, you have the benefit of not even hindsight, just like never sight. I know how you operate, man. Let's get on to one of the games of this show. Chargers,
Boom.
Washington, and it is a pick 'em. Keep in mind, 85 degrees in Washington on Sunday, so that is something to keep an eye on. But Tyler, I'm just going to go to you right off the bat. How are you feeling about this?
Look, I'll just say this: 85 degrees is not the concern, but probably the 85% humidity is going to be the bigger concern in that game. Of course, in true Chargers fashion, they can't go into the regular season without having already lost one of their players to injury. Austin Eckler is not officially out, but
No.
it is a hamstring. It is a hamstring issue, and as everybody knows, hamstrings are something that never go away within a couple days. In fact, they stay with you forever and just kind of flare up at random times. So they're losing a good running back, even better pass catcher out of the backfield. They'll be using the mixture of Jefferson and draw a blank right here.
Justin Jackson and
Thank you. Oh, did I say Jefferson? Sorry.
And Joshua Kelly and the other guy with the cool name, this rookie.
Yeah. But I mean, that's definitely going to change things. It does make me really concerned because Washington's defensive line there we go. Washington's defensive line is terrifying, and if they know the Chargers are going to likely have to pass it every time, they're just going to be pinning their ears back and going. So that definitely leaves concerns. The big thing that I like is that Washington is not exactly an explosive offense, so the Chargers should be able to keep it close at all times. I will just go ahead. I will make the homer pick and take the Chargers in this one, and give me the Chargers and give me the under.
I hate you. I'm going with the exact same thing. Yeah, I pretty much lockstep with you. Washington's defense is no effing joke, and to your point, especially their pass rush. I like Herbert. I know second year for young quarterbacks tends to be a tough one. Guys have a full year of game film on you. They can find out what you struggle with, et cetera, et cetera. I still feel like at the end of the day, like the Chargers are more talented on both sides of the ball. Give me the Chargers. I just don't see either team going off on the scoreboard, so that's why I'm leaning towards the under on that one.
Sorry, I don't know where Ron. He just disappeared, but it's also a new regime for the Chargers, so who knows how that's going to play out tactically. And I mean, will the Chargers special teams woes finally go the other way? Who knows? Probably not, because the team is cursed. But I'm with you. I just think they just have a bit more talent than Washington, and that's going to kind of push them over the edge and get the win here. So let's go into
let's just assume that Ronnie takes the Chargers in the over.
All right, we'll assume that. Next game we got here. Interesting game. Potential AFC playoff matchup in week 1 here with the Cleveland Browns going into Kansas City there. Probably on paper, the most exciting game of the week. Justin, I don't know, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I'm biased. I think the most exciting game of the week is tomorrow night. But for the weekend slate, absolutely. This one, I feel like the 54.5 is a really well put number. Cleveland has a damn good defense. Kansas City's defense also pretty damn good. I also know that the Chiefs were notorious for not covering a lot of games last year.
I was just going to say, and yes, I am back after my camera outage. I like the Chiefs to win, Cleveland to cover in this.
Thank you. Thank you for finishing up my sentiment right there, using
Boom.
exactly what I was going to predict.
Good on your point. I'm sorry.
But I'll take the Chiefs to win, but not to cover. So and then over under on that one, I'm gonna fall at the under, and I know that's probably not the more popular opinion, but I just feel like first game of the season, it's 91 effing degrees in Kansas City, and it's gonna be loud as shit.
And partly cloudy, also. You can see by the little icon. I mean, so who knows what tricks that can play.
Yeah, that's why I fall on that one.
I'm completely on board. Under, Cleveland to cover, Chiefs to win.
You know what? I think just to be different, I will say I'll go Chiefs to cover, barely, but Chiefs to cover, and I'll take the over.
Gosh, you would. Charger fan.
By the way, while you were gone, you took the Chargers and the over, so you are also a Chargers fan.
Whoa.
Wait, that's right. We did. Yeah, we gave him the over, even though we both took the under.
All right. You know what? I'll wear it. Whatever. It's fine.
I just went off of what I thought you in your heart would pick, and I was like, well, he loves the Chargers, and he knows that the Chargers never blow games late, and they're going to score a lot of points. And he knows that Washington's defense sucks, so why would
that whole special teams thing? The Chargers got that figured out. Like, it's locked down now. Like, they're good.
Frank Beamer is taking notes from the Chargers on how to do special teams.
Whoa.
How dare you? How dare you, sir? Bring up the god of special teams, Frank Beamer, in any conversation about the Chargers. He is spinning in his grave and he's still alive.
I didn't know you mentioned Jim Fossil. That's crazy.
Hey, my dad went to high school with him, right?
We go down to
I have any disparaging of Fossil here.
That is true. That is true. I know that is factually correct. Miami, New England, kind of intrigue, I guess, on both sides. Miami was a little bit sort of like punching above their weight, maybe sooner than people thought last year. And then, of course, the whole Mac Jones thing. So, I feel like -3 is pretty fair in this situation. And
so it's basically pick 'em on neutral side is what that is.
Yeah, I think this is pretty like straight up. I could see this kind of going either way, but definitely one that I would like to sort of pop into more. Yeah, I'm probably going to be watching on Red Zone anyway because that's how I like to watch on the weekend, especially with the Raiders not playing till Monday. But just a lot of intrigue on both sides sort of thing. Sort of like, all right, well, is Tua the guy? Like, are the Dolphins really, like, that much on the rise? And then, like, is Mac Jones the guy also? Like, he's been wildly hyped up to be. So, kind of an interesting one just, like, from a neutral perspective to keep an eye on.
Yeah, this is the hardest game for me to pick, honestly. Because it's like we know, like, Belichick knows how to scheme it up against young quarterbacks. Well, B-Flow used to be a big part of that. So I'm sure B-Flow knows how to scheme it up against young quarterbacks. But in turn, on the other back and forth, Belichick probably knows that B-Flow knows that Belichick knows. This
game is going into the Matrix. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's levels on levels on levels.
It's going into the Matrix, but I'll tell you where it's not going. It's not going over 43.5 total points. I'm definitely going under.
Certainly agree with that.
And, give me McCorkle Jones in the Pats. I think Miami covers, though.
Cover the 3.
Cover the 3.
I agree. Although when I saw Barron write this down, because I was thinking the exact same things, I'm like, well, now I'm going to be wrong, since the Barron predicted the exact same thing. I like the Dolphins to win, and I like the under.
I kind of like that. I kind of like that.
No, dude, Kyle Van Noy's
look, you know I have PTSD when it comes to Belichick, and that's just it's never going to go away. Like, even though he's on some hard times right now,
dude, we all have PTSD when it comes.
Everyone's bashing him for his, draft blunders, and he lost all his power when Brady left, or whatever they're saying. But I still fear that man. Like, I can't. It's hard for me to pick against him sometimes.
Bob Kraft and Bill Belichick sent Kyle Van Noy on an espionage fact-finding mission. Now he's back, and he's reported with all that fucking intel. There's no way the Patriots lose.
Like I can't ever blame somebody for taking the Patriots because Belichick has that devil magic. But I would even go so far as to give me Miami money line.
Woo!
Forget the spread. Give me them on the money line.
There it is. That's
You
a
mean
strong. That's what we like.
The
That's what
But
we like.
definitely the under.
The entertainment
Absolutely
line?
the under.
Of course. Again, anything said on this program, entertainment purposes only. Please believe that. Do not sue us. This one gets weird because it's not going to be played at the Superdome or whatever. It's not Mercedes anymore. It's someone else sponsoring the Superdome. But because of all the hurricane stuff, I think it's in
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, right? Yeah. So and again, big factor. A rainy 85 degrees sounds great. As a fan, that's where you want to be on Sunday.
That's what I want. I want to sit in heat and water. That sounds amazing.
This looks like the true fan experience. You want to be at this game. So hit up StubHub or whatever. Not a sponsor. You could be, but try to get tickets to this game. I don't know if Southwest flies over there, but do whatever you can to be at this game. Because I am also fascinated with the Jameis takeover, even though I can only name maybe just that one Callaway guy that caught the bomb from him in the preseason as wide receivers. Yeah.
Traquan Smith.
I'm just like, that was the whole thing with Kamara this year as far as like fantasy goes. Like, Jameis, he doesn't like to go short. He likes to air it out. And I don't know. I mean, maybe Kamara, if there's any running back you could hit for like 40 yards down the field, it would probably be him. Or maybe he even throws it to Taysom Hill. I don't know. Because, Sean Payton fancies himself some kind of genius. But
or Taysom Hill throws it to Jameis because for whatever reason.
Yes.
The 11 people on the defense on that field were the only people that didn't recognize what that play was going to be.
I would make this short. I know the Saints have a good defense. Give me Green Bay in the over.
Yep. Agreed on that one.
Good on that. This one, the next one. Wow. Sorry, Nick, but and shout out to Nick Barrios, Mobile Notary. But this is like, if there's any game that you can just absolutely skip, I feel like it's this game of the weekend because there is no value in watching it. And even on 42, give me the under. This game is going to suck.
Dude, I'm gonna rock Nick's world right now. Give me the G-Men. Give me the G-Men.
Wow.
No, give me the G-Men to win, but this game is going to suck. That's all I'm saying.
I will take the under, and I will agree with you 1,000%. This game is going to blow hard, tasty ass.
There is no redeeming, interesting thing about this game. Like, everyone's fired up. It's first Sunday, but this one stood out as just like, don't even watch it. Don't you know what? It's pushing up hard as far as like least featured on Red Zone, so it's in that category.
I will take Denver in this one. I've said it on here before. I like every player they have on the field except their quarterback situation. But admittedly, I also like Teddy B more than I like Drew Lock. I say Denver is going to run away with this one.
Well, you know what? It would be nice in at least like one, or I think just one. I'm not confirmed on that. If Jerry Jeudy kind of broke out, but
could be Jeudy, could be Sutton, Noah Fant. They've got pieces. Their defense has a lot of pieces. Their offense has a lot of pieces. Just their quarterback situation sucks.
No, their defense is good. That's the only thing that makes them somewhat relevant. But it just seems like their offense it doesn't know what it is. So,
well, I think it says a lot when I tell you that I like Teddy Bridgewater better than any of their other quarterback options. That kind of gives you an idea of where their quarterback situations are.
Steady Teddy B. I mean, I think he was towards the top in completion percentage, and also towards the top in losing games in the fourth quarter last year. But we have a kind of, it's more of like an intrigue matchup, I guess, on Sunday night. Chicago going to SoFi. probably going to see some Fields in there in some capacity, I would assume. They're rolling with the guy, the red rifle, Andy Dalton, for now.
Yes, sir.
But I'm taking the Rams to even cover that 7.5, and 7.5 is a lot in the NFL. But I just don't see how the Bears can muster that many points.
Yeah, I agree. Like I really like Chicago's defense, but I just don't like anything. I shouldn't say anything, but I don't like much about their offense. And I just don't think they'll be able to keep pace with the Rams. So yeah, I agree. Give me the Rams.
Yep, I'll take the Rams. Give me the over.
Go the over. I like it.
I can see the over. I mean, 46.5 is pretty low.
And I think the Bears cover.
Ooh, okay.
That I'm less certain about, but I mean, I do think they will score some points. You know, it's not. I already put my foot down. I do not believe they're going to cover, but they do have Robinson, Montgomery. I mean, they got some talent over there, but I don't know. It's just a weird deal with the Bears, and of course, for the finale. The Raiders. Plus 4.5. I kind of like that cover. I just don't think they're going to win. I do like the Monday night opener with fans in the stadium for the first time. I will definitely be hyped up to watch that. Baltimore is better, but they do have some, pretty obvious issues at running back, besides their quarterback, which is also their best running back. But I still have almost zero faith in the Raiders' defense. I mean, I know it's looked better in the preseason, but I just don't trust them to protect any lead at all. So if they have a lead in the fourth quarter, they better have the ball also, because I just feel like they're going to blow it.
Yeah. Shit.
Hey, but we got Carl Joseph back, so we're good.
I know, Carl Joseph. I'll take the Ravens in the under. Sorry, buddy.
Definitely taking the under and the Ravens as well.
Yeah, I agreed on the under. I'm kind of still going back and forth. I don't know who I like against the spread. Just because I can kind of see. I can see both situations where it's close. I can see the situation where the Ravens blow them out. So I don't know where to go on that one, but definitely hammer the under.
I mean, I can always immediately see the situation where the Raiders get blown out. So you don't have to tease me about that. But they are annoyingly the only thing that I would say in favor of the Raiders in this game is maybe covering that 4.5. Barron stepping up. Raiders and the under. All right, I like that. All right, we're cool. It's peace now, Barron. We're good.
Well, yeah. Look, definitely look forward to a good week of football. Look forward to obviously tomorrow night. Good game. I think on paper to open the season there, and then just Red Zone Sunday. I'm so looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to just putting my sling on one channel and just not touching a remote the rest of the day.
It is. I didn't get Red Zone at first, and really until I started playing fantasy football. But Red Zone Sunday is like one of the best experiences ever. Like that's the ideal way to watch the rest of the league if it's not your team.
Enjoy this weekend. Enjoy tomorrow. 13-4 starts tomorrow. Probably going to be one of the four, but still, 13-4 starts tomorrow.
Yes, the 4 starts tomorrow, and then comes the 13.
Thank you, Aaron. Give me a nice little update here.
Oh, nice.
There we go.
Hey, hopefully there's no loyal players on that team, because They're only going to play for about another 19 minutes, and then they're done.
But yeah, I think that's everything. Oh no, sorry. Actually, and it appropriate since we have the soccer story on here because I think we didn't do it. So let's just run through this real quick here. Premier League is back this weekend. Any games that jump out to you, Ron?
First place Spurs.
Well, obviously Arsenal Norwich, just because Arsenal is really in a bad way right now. I would assume, but I don't know for sure. I haven't seen reports that we might see Ronaldo out there for Man U. So that could be intriguing. And really beyond that, obviously you know the game I'm looking at, which is West Ham going on the road to Southampton. Please, we got to get those points.
Yeah, in regards to the Ronaldo thing, I hope he plays as well because I picked him up in FPL. I've seen some things that say, maybe he won't start, but they'll bring him in, 60th, 70th minute as a super sub, which I would still think he'll probably still score on Newcastle because their defense is pretty much a mess right
really
now.
Bad.
Yeah, and then West Ham, Southampton. I'm curious to see if Antonio plays because I know he's been kind of in Central and South America with the World Cup qualifying for Jamaica. So if he doesn't play, that hurts a little bit, but I still think man for man they're better than Southampton. So that should be all right. And then what's the other game I saw? Leicester Man City. Kind of a real early test to see what Leicester's medal really is because maybe they haven't had the best start that they were hoping for. And Man City is a lot of teams' favorite to win. So that'll be big for Leicester. Let's see how they can show up against probably the best team in the league.
Tell you what,
and also shout out to the Bees in Brentford. You want to get that win. It's Brighton. It's a winnable game. You're at home. Come on, the Bees.
Justin, go ahead. I know you were trying to talk.
No, I was just gonna say, the Spurs, they're probably gonna score one more goal than Crystal Palace, but it will be one more goal than Crystal Palace scored.
Look, that's a fair game. I will say this: if they don't score more than one against Crystal Palace, that's gonna be pretty shitty. But if they win 1-0, they'll take it anyway. So yeah.
It's a team of economy. I mean, they just figure out the way.
We don't waste goals, man. We don't waste goals.
Just get what you need, and that's it.
And then get out. Survive in advance, lads.
Yes, Arsenal. Let's see if Arsenal can score a goal. They have yet to score a goal this season. Norwich is a terrible team.
Hey, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I have put my foot down on this. Arsenal will score a goal at some point this season. Many people have derided me,
dude.
saying that will not happen.
I don't even know at this point, man. I don't even know.
I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it all on the line right now.
You're putting it all on the line with a mask covering half your face.
I'm just saying. I feel like at some point they will score a goal. I can't guarantee.
Oh, mate.
That's what Ronnie looks like when he's predicting him to score a goal.
Look, it is Arsenal, so if any team was going to lose at home to Norwich, it would be them.
Oh, thank you, Baron. Thank you, Baron.
There we go.
Nice.
Let's go.
Fucking
These
finally.
colors do not run. Suck it, Panama, wherever that is.
Maybe the U.S. coach said, guys, this is the Nations League final. What are we doing here? The U.S. finally woke up.
Oh, all right. Well, why don't you just say it was Nations League? We got it. We own that trophy.
I think that's probably going to be it for us tonight, unless either of you guys had anything else before we get out of here.
No, I'm good, and just fired up for, like you said, Red Zone Sunday. I mean,
yeah,
there's nothing really like it.
It's gonna be
in the sporting calendar.
And I know we're all football minded, and rightfully so. But to your point of these colors don't run, we got Ryder Cup right around the corner, gentlemen.
That's right. And we got Big Phil coming in.
Phil, leading
Bombs and
Fear the
hellacious
shit.
seeds.
Yeah, buddy.
From the nation.
Who is ready to ball?
Who is ready to ball? This guy.
That's my man.
Fucking
Bill.
champion, dude.
Get
That's
it
our
done.
captain. That's our captain right there.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
captain,
our
my
rep.
captain.
That's our representative for our country.
I can't think of a better fit.
It's bringing some sweet wine too. You better believe it.
I'm sure Freddie Couples is just thrilled to be co-captains with him. That is who
Hey,
the
Fred's a
co-captain
good guy
is,
too,
Fred
but I
Couples.
mean, he's just
I
not
love Fred
as
Couples,
ridiculous and insane as Phil.
All right, well, I
But
think
he
that's
is
going to
a
wrap.
stallion.
He is a stallion. That's true. Lots of stallions out there.
Hey, shout out to both of you gentlemen, by the way. We are just 3 minutes short of playing just as long as the members of the Loyal.
Well, then let's be like the Loyal and let's just stop before the 90th minute hits.
Cut it. Blow the whistle.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Justin, thank you for jumping on, especially for the NFL preview, the impromptu NFL preview, as we both realized we're probably not going to be able to broadcast Friday. So yeah, we will not be here Friday. So enjoy. There we go.
Oh,
Enjoy your Friday night. Enjoy your NFL starting tomorrow. Enjoy your college Saturday. Enjoy your Red Zone Sundays. Just absolutely thrilled. Glad football is here. Thank you both for doing the show. Always love it. But yeah, we'll be back here on Monday. Say whatever you want to say before we get out of here.
you know what I gotta say? Keep the
13 and
fire.
4. 13 and 4.
Well, I wasn't gonna say that, but keep the fire. Maybe 13-4.
At the buzzer.